It's 3 in the morning. The world outside is silent, but inside, a sense of unease lingers in the darkness. Suddenly, a crash of glass jolts David awake, his heart pounding as he realizes something is terribly wrong. Instinctively, he reaches for his home defense firearm. Equipped not just with a barrel, but a mounted flashlight and a red dot sight. These aren't movie props or flashy add-ons, they're carefully chosen tools, designed for real-world emergencies. For millions of Americans, accessories like flashlights and red dots have become standard, practical tools for safety and accuracy. They're not about looking tactical, they're about being prepared for the unexpected. A mounted light means David can identify a threat without fumbling for a switch or risking a tragic mistake. In the confusion of a break-in, being able to see clearly can mean the difference between safety and disaster. A red dot helps him aim under stress, when adrenaline surges and hands shake, reducing the risk to his family and anyone else in the home. It's about precision when it matters most. The logic is simple. In a crisis, every second counts. There's no time to hesitate or search for equipment in the dark. Integrated lights and aiming aids make chaotic moments safer and more manageable, giving ordinary people a fighting chance to protect themselves and their loved ones. But in California, this setup is now at the center of a heated debate. The state is questioning whether these very tools, designed for safety, might cross a line. A new law doesn't target the guns themselves, but the very accessories many consider essential for responsible use. Flashlights, red dots, and other attachments are now under scrutiny. The state has decided that carrying a firearm in public with these attachments crosses a line, suggesting they transform a defensive tool into something more intimidating or aggressive. This decision has sent ripples through the community, forcing everyone to ask, where's the line between a safety tool and a symbol of intimidation? Is it fair to restrict what many see as responsible preparation? The answer is shaping the future of gun ownership in California, and the debate is far from over. For many, it's about more than just a firearm. It's about the right to be ready when it matters most. So, what does California's new law actually do? Let's break it down because the details matter for anyone who owns or carries a firearm in the state. The law specifically bans the open carry of firearms in public when certain accessories are attached, namely, mounted flashlights, laser sights, and red dot optics. These are popular add-ons for many gun owners, often used to improve accuracy or visibility, especially in low-light situations. Importantly, you're still allowed to own these accessories. You can use them freely at home, or while practicing at a shooting range. The restriction only kicks in when you step into a public space with your firearm openly carried. So, if you're out in a park, walking down a city street, or anywhere considered a public area, the ban applies. It doesn't matter if you're in a rural town or a busy city, open carry with these attachments is now off limits. The law is clear. If you're open carrying, your firearm must be naked. No lights, no lasers, and no red dot sights. Even if you rely on these tools for safety or precision, you'll have to leave them off in public. For ranchers, competitive shooters, or anyone who uses these accessories as part of their daily routine, this means an extra step before leaving private property. Even if these tools are essential for your work or personal safety, you'll need to remove them before heading out. The law creates a new legal tripwire, forcing gun owners to rethink their everyday carry habits. It's not just about what you own, but how and where you use it. Many gun owners are left confused, worried about accidentally breaking the law, and frustrated by the sudden shift in what's considered responsible gun ownership. The rules have changed overnight, and not everyone is sure how to keep up. The landscape for legal carry in California just got a lot more complicated, leaving many to navigate a maze of new regulations and potential legal pitfalls. Supporters of the law say it's about public safety and public perception in our communities. They argue that accessorized firearms look more menacing, causing fear and unnecessary 911 calls from concerned citizens. The goal is to de-escalate the visual presence of guns in public, making shared spaces feel safer for everyone. Supporters also worry about potential misuse. Lasers and lights could be used to intimidate or disorient people during crimes. For them, this is a common-sense step to balance self-defense rights with the community's desire for greater peace of mind. The law's reception is sharply divided. Gun control advocates call it a victory for public safety, arguing that tactical accessories have no place in public spaces. They believe these attachments escalate fear and make communities less secure. On the other side, gun owners and Second Amendment groups argue the banned accessories are safety tools, not threats. They say flashlights and red dots prevent accidents and improve accuracy. Banning them makes self-defense riskier. Many feel punished for being responsible, seeing the law as another step eroding their rights. Supporters see it as a necessary clarification. Opponents see it as a dangerous overreach. The debate is about more than gear. It's about trust, rights, and public safety. California's new rule stands out on the national map. Most states don't regulate firearm accessories for open carry. Places like Texas or Florida allow lights, lasers, and optics. This creates a confusing patchwork. What's legal in Nevada could get you arrested in California. States like California focus on risk reduction, regulating not just guns, but magazines, ammo, and now, accessories. Critics fear a slippery slope, while supporters hope California's model spreads. The divide reflects a deeper national debate. Should laws trust citizens or preemptively restrict tools to reduce risk? California is once again a testing ground for the future of gun policy. Law enforcement is split on the issue, reflecting the diversity of California itself. Some officers see the new regulations as a step forward, while others worry about unintended consequences. Some urban police chiefs support the law, saying it reduces ambiguity and stress for officers responding to calls. They argue that clearer guidelines help protect both the public and the police, making tense situations less likely to escalate. Others, especially in rural areas, argue it burdens responsible citizens and makes communities less safe. Rural sheriffs often point out that their communities rely on self-reliance and that these tools are essential for daily life, not just emergencies. Local politicians are divided too. Democrats frame the law as a balance between rights and public peace, while Republicans call it overreach that misunderstands rural life. The debate often becomes heated, with both sides claiming to represent the true interests of Californians. For many in rural California, these tools are practical necessities, not intimidation tactics. They're used for protecting livestock, hunting, and responding to threats far from immediate help. Supporters see the law as a modest compromise, a way to address public safety concerns without banning firearms outright. Opponents, however, see it as a cosmetic fix that targets the wrong people and fails to address the root causes of violence. The law has become a campaign issue, symbolizing the deep and growing urban-rural divide in California. It's now a talking point for candidates on both sides, fueling passionate debates at town halls and rallies. At its core, the debate is about whose reality shapes the law: urban concerns about public safety, or rural traditions of independence and self-defense. And in California, that reality is fiercely contested, with no easy answers in sight. The conversation continues, echoing across city streets and country roads alike. With the law in effect, California gun owners face tough choices. Many are scrambling to comply, removing accessories or switching to concealed carry, which isn't affected by the ban. Gun shops report a surge in questions and concealed carry permit applications. Legal challenges are already underway, with gun rights groups arguing the law violates the Second Amendment by banning common safety tools. The fight could take years, possibly reaching the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, lawmakers may push for even more regulations, and gun owners must stay vigilant. This law is just one chapter in California's ongoing gun debate, one that's far from over. For now, the rules have changed, and the future of responsible gun ownership in California hangs in the balance.